Alright, so now let's skin this. We're going to take and go into animation mode and go to bones. And what I'm going to do is use the bone making tool, but I'm going to hit V on the keyboard, and what that's going to do is point snap the bone to this. Now the bone is really small, so we're going to have to go into animation joint size and up that joint size quite a bit, because it's to scale the engine. By the way, that needs to happen too. You have to get it scaled to the engine the way you like it before you even start this process. We won't cover that, but I'll say that getting it within size is just bumping it back and forth as a static mesh until you enjoy it. And you can set your grid size by going into grid size square box and setting it to 132.1. The ideal man is 30 or 96 units, so these are equal to 32 units each square when you look at it in your front view. So right now it's going to be this tall, and the man's going to be this tall. So 96 units tall. Alright, so just kind of tracing back on a little history there. Okay, so I'm still in the bone making tool, and what I'm going to do here is go back to it, V on the keyboard, click. Now if I hit G on the keyboard, it goes back into the bone making tool. I want these to be individualized bones. I don't want them attached to each other. So G on the keyboard, V to snap. G to go back into the bone making tool, V to snap. Okay, now if you look at here, I have this selection handle right here, but there's nothing to put that onto that selection handle. It looks like there's a mesh missing, which is no big deal. I just don't make that. So use common sense when you're making these bones. You know, you only need one bone per item. In this case, I'm going to use that one and this one. See how I didn't hit G? So undo, go to the move tool, go to the bone tool, and V. So that's how to recover if you screw up. Notice this joint size now is huge. And the funny thing is, if I go to animation joint size and lower this one down, it lowers all the ones down, and then that one will always be strange. Okay, what I would do is probably delete it because it's visually unappealing, and go like that, make a new bone. Perfect. Okay, so now it just kicked me out, and weird. Now we skin these bones to this one lid. So we're working on lid 1. This is going to have to repeat for every lid, which is kind of a pain, but I'm going to grab the mesh, grab the bone, and in here under animation, we're going to go skin, bind skin, smooth bind. Cool. Again, this part and this part, skin, bind skin, smooth bind. Part. I think you can hit G on the keyboard and it will do the last command. So work with your hotkeys a little bit. G on the keyboard, last command. Which last command was what? Bind skin. Okay, now you know you'll have it when you can grab a mesh and you'll have this gray, or you can grab the bone and the object turns purple. So in this case I have all my meshes. And if I hold shift, I can highlight all my meshes and make sure there's no colored selection handles. Good. Okay, now I can go on to the next lid. If you want these bones to appear on the lid layer, you have to select them. And right click here to add selected objects. Now those bones and that lid match. You can also see that here is these stray bullet or these stray nails. You see when I highlight it, these ones do not highlight. You know, I could probably reskin those, but what actually I like the idea that they're not going to be that perfect and missing. So if you look at these, look like the extra ones, I'll hit delete to get rid of them and leave this set behind. So good. This one's only got one. Well, that's good. It allows variation. Okay, next one. And yeah, you can guess that this is going to become really monotonous. Okay, bone tool V, G, V, G, V, G, V, G, V, okay, that looks good. And then we're going to go into the other parts. Aha, so delete that one. There we go. So next setup would be what? The skinning, right? So this, skin, bind, skin, smooth, bind. This, G on the keyboard. This, G on the keyboard. Okay, again, just triple check everything. Select all your meshes. Look for colored manipulator handles. And we have none. Good. Lid 2 is now done. Now I'm just going to go whizzing through this real quick. I'll probably make a mistake because I'm in a hurry. But not really in a hurry. But and it froze. Okay, froze inside the world. Absolutely froze. I said it. I cursed myself, right? I said, I'm going to whiz right through this. Okay, let me think my way out here. How about saving? That would be good. Good. And all of a sudden, I work. Yeah. The reason I stopped myself is because I forgot to add these bones to the layer. So that was the last part of the workflow. Okay, now I'm not going to whiz myself around this thing. I'm just going to naturally happen to go a little faster, maybe. So bind. maybe as I talk my way through it, it'll break it up enough where the universe doesn't screw with me. I'll try to stay away from plugging personal philosophy on weird things that occur, but as I make up this mesh and put it together, I will say that it's kind of awkward to me that, things like that does occur. Like when you state something, I call it the girl curse. When your wife's with you and you're going too fast, you're gonna get pulled over. You get pulled over every time. It's a girl curse. But really, I think she set something out to the universe with her brain that said, hey, universe, pull him over. And I think that's how it really works. But that's just personal philosophy. Okay, so there's lid 3. That's off. So secretly, we can all set things out to the universe to make things happen. We just have to know how to do that. Wouldn't that be cool, right? Okay, this part. G, V, G, V, G. Oh, and if you find this totally boring, what I'm going to do is keep continuing to do this until I get all the bones attached. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video and go to the next video where our next workflow goes in. So this workflow is just, adding bones to the mesh and watching me stumble around. V, G, V. There we go. Delete. Delete. Grab this bone. V. Snap that there. Aha. This is what happens when you get up at 3:30 and you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to make a video real quick before I go to work. So I had this secret thing of videos that I sold to college. It was dynamics within the UDK. And since I sold it to the college, I kind of don't like the idea that only students at that college can watch that. So I decided to make a separate set of videos that are open source so everybody can watch it. And you don't have to be in that class to watch it. So this is that set. In that set, I do a barrel. And so it's totally different, so don't even try to sue me. It's all information. But I will say that it is a nice video set, and I'm going to try to recreate it as best I can in the provided time, which is probably 2 hours a day at best. So it's been a little hectic. It's a good hectic, though. Can't say I'm not loved or wanted. Okay, V on the keyboard, G, V, G, V. Which means I probably will not have any video editing. It will be just one straight thing broken up into several videos. So if you say, well, you should have edited that video a little bit more, I will say, you can edit that video for me. If I make a mistake, I'm just going to go on. I'll repair it right there. You'll see how it works that way. I meant to do that. V, G, V, G. Oh, that helps. Talking to myself and saying GV really does help. Oops. See? Did it. The girl curse. Okay, skin, bind, skin, smooth, bind. I'm missing one. Missing one for the lid over there. And the last one. Okay, again, I just want to triple check that one because at the end there, yeah, alright, got everything. I'll shut that layer off and then add the bones. Whew. Alright, so now we can move on to the next video and I'll stop ranting after I save. I'll see you in the next video.